What's up, Hollywood fans, and welcome back to Hollywood Men. We're kicking things off with some seismic news from the set of The Smashing Machine. Dwayne Johnson is revealing that a physically demanding scene where he pinned Emily Blunt down left him emotionally rocked, sharing an intensity he's never experienced before. This raw portrayal of Mark Kerr and Dawn Staples is already generating major buzz, and we've got all the details on this intense on-screen confrontation. But the surprises from Dwayne Johnson don't stop there. Get ready for a complete 180 because Johnson is teaming up with director Safdie again for a brand new film called Lizard Music, where he'll be playing a whimsical, eccentric 70-something named the Chicken Man who's best friends with a chicken. Can you even imagine? This is a wild departure from his current MMA biopic, and we can't wait to see this unique character come to life. And speaking of the Smashing Machine, Dwayne Johnson is getting incredibly real about the personal impact of his role as Mark Kerr. He's opening up about how portraying the former UFC fighter helped him process his own past struggles, particularly the deep disappointment of not achieving his NFL dream and having to move back in with his parents. Johnson reveals this challenging role allowed him to rip himself open as an actor and find a place for those long-held emotions, especially with the support of his co-star Emily Blunt. And to top it all off, the anticipation for The Smashing Machine is reaching a fever pitch with the release of its newest trailer. Dwayne Johnson himself dropped the power-packed preview on Instagram, showcasing intense wrestling matches and the dramatic tension in Mark Kerr and Dawn Staples' relationship. The fan reaction has been explosive, with everyone eager to see this biographical sports drama hit theaters October 3rd. Don't miss out on any of the Hollywood action. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and join the Hollywood Men family. Dwayne Johnson says physically pinning Emily Blunt down an intense, Smashing Machine scene emotionally rocked me. Get ready for a dose of raw, unfiltered emotion from the set of The Smashing Machine. Dwayne Johnson is opening up about a profoundly impactful scene where he had to physically pin his co-star Emily Blunt, describing the experience as something that emotionally rocked him in a way he's never felt before. This wasn't just another action sequence for Johnson. Playing MMA fighter Mark Kerr confronting his ex-wife Dawn Staples, portrayed by Blunt, pushed him to his limits. Johnson, who has a background in wrestling, noted the stark difference between handling opponents in the ring and the intimate, intense confrontation with Blunt. "I used to throw around 300-pound men for a living, so I'm used to breaking physical space and holding on," he explained. But when he pinned Blunt, he felt an overwhelming emotional weight. To hold another human being, a woman, and the last place she wants to be is to be held. What women who go through that kind of trauma, it really emotionally rocked me. I'll never forget that, Johnson shared, highlighting the profound impact of portraying such a sensitive and difficult moment. The sheer emotional toll of the scene was so significant that it reportedly took the cast and crew 90 minutes to recover afterward, leaving them completely exhausted. Emily Blunt herself admitted to feeling nervous before such intense scenes, acknowledging the deep emotional dive required. "There was nothing technical around us, so it really was just screaming at each other in the kitchen," she recalled, emphasizing the raw, authentic nature of their performances. This biographical sports drama, set to hit theaters October 3rd, delves into the complex life of Mark Kerr, including his struggles with addiction and his turbulent relationship with Staples. Johnson expressed that he had been waiting for a role like Kerr's, one that would truly challenge him as an actor, and he found that in collaborating with director Safdie and his close friend, Emily Blunt. Blunt reciprocated the sentiment, calling the experience of watching Johnson immerse himself in the role one of the more moving experiences of my career, of my life. This intense scene is just a glimpse into the emotional depth of The Smashing Machine. But what's next for Dwayne Johnson after delving into such heavy material will reveal his surprising next role. Dwayne Johnson set aside self-doubt for The Smashing Machine, embraces whimsical Chicken Man role. Fresh off the heels of preparing to unveil his transformative performance as MMA fighter Mark Kerr in The Smashing Machine, Dwayne Johnson is already looking ahead to his next, wildly different cinematic adventure. Following the buzz surrounding his upcoming biopic, Johnson revealed in a retrospective talk at the Toronto International Film Festival that he's teaming up once again with Smashing Machine director Benny Safdie, for a film titled Lizard Music. Based on a novel by Daniel Pinkwater, Lizard Music will see Johnson taking on the role of the Chicken Man, described as a whimsical and eccentric 70-something-year-old man whose best friend is a 70-something-year-old chicken. After about 45 minutes, his pitch ended, and I said, "I am your chicken man," Johnson recalled, enthusiastically embracing the bizarre yet intriguing character. This project marks a significant departure from the gritty realism of The Smashing Machine, showcasing Johnson's versatility and willingness to explore unconventional roles. The Smashing Machine, set for release on October 3rd, portrays the darker aspects of Mark Kerr's life, including his battles with addiction and a tumultuous relationship with his girlfriend, played by Emily Blunt. Johnson reflected on how taking on the role of Kerr, a fighter who grappled with dreams and setbacks, resonated deeply with his own past experiences. He admitted to feeling pigeonholed in his career at times and sought roles that would push him beyond his comfort zone. With the encouragement of Blunt and Safdie, he felt empowered to rip himself open as an actor and pursue projects that truly spoke to him, likening it to a moment where the world opens up. Johnson also touched upon his personal connection to Toronto, his father's birthplace, sharing poignant memories of his late father, Rocky Johnson, and his own early struggles before finding fame. He recalled a period at age 22 with $7 in his pocket, living with his parents, a far cry from the global superstar he is today. This reflection underscores the journey of overcoming self-doubt and seizing opportunities, themes that likely resonate both in The Smashing Machine and his upcoming Chicken Man role. From the intense pressures of the octagon to the quirky companionship of a chicken, Dwayne Johnson is certainly keeping us on our toes. But how did playing Mark Kerr help Johnson confront his own deep-seated past struggles? "I was spiraling at that time." The Rock gets real about how The Smashing Machine helped him process his past struggles. Dwayne Johnson is candidly revealing the profound personal connection he forged with his role as former UFC fighter Mark Kerr in The Smashing Machine, admitting that portraying the fighter's journey helped him confront and process his own past emotional difficulties. This challenging, dramatic role, a significant departure from his action hero persona, allowed Johnson to rip himself open as an actor by tapping into his own experiences of unfulfilled dreams and setbacks. Johnson explained that what truly resonated with him about Mark Kerr was the universal struggle of wanting something desperately and giving everything to achieve it, only to face disappointment. For Johnson, this mirrored his own experience of striving to become a professional football player. Despite playing for the University of Miami and briefly in the Canadian Football League, his NFL dream was cut short, partly due to a college injury. This unfulfilled ambition carried significant emotional weight, as he had envisioned it as the path to providing financial security for his parents, having grown up in trailer parks and apartments. "That was going to be the thing that was going to allow me to buy my parents their first home," Johnson shared. "When it comes to that kind of stuff, you get one shot, and that never happened for me. I had to move back in with my parents at 22 or 23, and I was just spiraling at that time." He described this period as a deeply difficult time where he felt lost and overwhelmed by the failure to achieve his primary goal. Johnson stated that playing Mark Kerr provided him with a vital outlet for these pent-up emotions, especially since he isn't someone who typically engages in therapy. "I finally had a place to put all this," he revealed. Crucially, he emphasized the importance of having trusted collaborators, singling out his co-star Emily Blunt, who plays Kerr's girlfriend. "You also have to have somebody who you trust in these scenes, and there was no one I trust more than Emily," Johnson said. He credits their shared deep dive into the characters and their relationship for making the experience transformative, stating, "The experience changed my life." While Johnson has achieved immense success and global fame, The Smashing Machine offered him a chance to confront lingering feelings from his past, ultimately leading to personal growth and a sense of peace. The film, releasing October 3rd, is not just a portrayal of an MMA fighter's life, but a testament to Johnson's willingness to explore his own vulnerabilities on screen. Johnson's journey through past struggles with the help of The Smashing Machine is truly inspiring. But what's the latest exciting update that has fans buzzing about this highly anticipated film. Dwayne Johnson ignites buzz with newest trailer for The Smashing Machine. Anticipation for Dwayne Johnson's upcoming biographical sports drama, The Smashing Machine, has surged to new heights following the release of its latest trailer. Johnson himself took to Instagram on Saturday, September 13th, to share the action-packed preview with his massive 392 million followers, igniting a wave of excitement among fans eager to see his portrayal of MMA fighter Mark Kerr. Here's our newest trailer for The Smashing Machine, written and directed by Silver Lion Best Director winner Benny Safdie, Johnson captioned the post. He further lauded his co-star Emily Blunt, stating, "Emily is phenomenal and extraordinarily heartbreaking in the film, and Benny's infinite humanity created our safe place to touch very raw nerves. Excited for you all to see our film." In theaters October 3rd. The trailer offers a compelling glimpse into Kerr's intense career in the ring, as well as the personal challenges he faced, including a volatile relationship with his wife, Dawn Staples, played by Blunt. The preview showcases a dynamic blend of Mark Kerr's professional grit and his personal life, featuring scenes of fiery wrestling matches juxtaposed with a seemingly sweet date that quickly devolves into a heated argument, highlighting the tension within his relationship. This peek into both the triumphs and struggles of the MMA fighter has clearly struck a chord with audiences. Fans flooded the comments section with enthusiastic reactions, expressing their eagerness for the film's release. Phrases like "this looks incredible," "can't wait," "wow, looks amazing," "solid work," and high praise such as "you want to talk about an Oscar-winning performance? This is it," demonstrate the widespread excitement and positive reception to the new trailer. The film is slated for theatrical release on October 3, 2025. This electrifying new trailer has fans convinced The Smashing Machine is an Oscar contender. But before we get to the end, let's quickly recap the biggest stories of the day. And that's a wrap on today's Hollywood Men Rundown. We saw Dwayne Johnson emotionally impacted by an intense scene with Emily Blunt in The Smashing Machine. Then, we got a glimpse of Johnson's surprising next role as the Chicken Man in Lizard Music. We also heard how Johnson used The Smashing Machine to process his own past struggles, and a brand new trailer has fans buzzing with excitement. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Hollywood Men for all the latest updates, hit that notification bell so you never miss a drop, leave a comment with your thoughts on these stories, and follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.